have a home, a family, and
Hello Shalini, hello Teresa. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good too. I'm good too, dear. Yes, so first of all, welcome to Mission Global Empowerment, this social platform. And yes, we would appreciate to you both are, being here as a wonderful mom, entrepreneur, and beautiful ladies. Thank you so much for coming here. Okay, so friends, first of all, once again, this is Darshana. Welcome to your own platform, Mission Global Empowerment. And before going forward, thank you so much, each and everyone, for all your love, care, and support to this platform. Apart from that, might be after listening this song, you get idea. Uh, Today's our session is something special. It's Mother Day specials. And for that, today we have two beautiful, gorgeous mother with us. What can I say about her? Both of them. We will go one by one for today. So our first honorable guest today with us, her name is Teresa Keng, and she's council member of city at Fremont Government, California, USA. Apart from that, she's an entrepreneur, she's a proud mom, and she's a beautiful woman. Welcome, Teresa, to the Mission Global Empowerment. Yes. And apart from
Thank you
that,
so much for having me. Yeah.
most welcome. It's our pleasure. Yeah. And our second honorable guest is Shalini Datta. Might be most of the people knows because Shalini, I think Shalini having today second time with us, and it's pleasure to having Shalini every time. And yes, Shalini is again wonderful mom. She's a beautiful woman inside and out. Apart from that, she's a Ayurveda counselor. She's a dance teacher, and I think what we can say about her, she's a I think perfect example being a lady. So welcome to both of you today this platform. You guys are inspiration for all of us. And now stage is over to you, both of you. Go ahead, Teresa, and please, we love to hear from you. Introduce yourself, and yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me today. And it's a pleasure to share with you. And I think just to, we can encourage each other. And so my name is Teresa Keng. I am a first generation immigrant to the US. I came to California when I was 15 as a high school student, actually. And so I am very, it's my honor to be representing the community in the city of Fremont. So, Fremont in California, we're in the Silicon Valley. We have the fourth largest city in the Silicon Valley. We have close to 250,000 people. So it's a big responsibility to be, in the city council. And I also am a small business owner. I have a restaurant in our city, and I also have two kids, ages 12 and 10, and both of them are actually on the autism spectrum. So I, think it's important to have, a voice in the special needs children because they cannot, fight for themselves. So we need to advocate for them. And I'm also a wife of a military. My husband served in the U.S. Marine Corps in the 1990s. So we're, just he's also a first generation immigrant from Taiwan. And so I'm very glad to be here sharing with you all. My brother-in-law is actually from India, from New Delhi. So
Oh, wow.
so when they got married in 2003, our side of the family, we have, like a little tour group. We went to the Taj Mahal. We went to Jaipur, Agra, New Delhi. So it's India is also very special for us, for our family. And so we just, like right now, the people in India are, still fighting the pandemic. So we really pray for everyone in India. Yeah.
Wow, super phenomenal. Proud to you be having here, Teresa. I think
Thank
great
you.
sharing, wonderful sharing, and I will come to back
Yeah.
to you again. Now
Mhm.
it's time to Shalini. Shalini, please go ahead and introduce yourself, Shalini.
First of all, a very happy Mother's Day to both of you, as well as the moms who are going to watch our little session today. And Teresa, it's so wonderful to share screen with you. I have been following you on the social media, and I have know a lot of things about you. And kudos to you for wearing so many feathers in your cap, man. Like you are one man army. Really, really hats off to you for doing that. And as Darshana mentioned, I have been on this platform earlier also. I'm a mom of a 13-year-old. My daughter, she's also been part of Mission Global Empowerment. She's an 8th grader, upcoming 9th grader. She's gonna go to 9th grade in fall. And other than that, I won't call myself an entrepreneur, but yes, I do tidbit of things here and there. I'm an Ayurveda counselor, as well as I'm a dance teacher. And, I just keep myself motivated. And I think it's a very, very important for us people of color to represent, and especially moms, on platforms like this, so that the world can see and learn that it's not only about us just staying in the kitchen and cooking. Especially Teresa, I take that from you. It's being the council member for so long, and then running your business so nicely, and taking care of 2 kids, that those who are on spectrum. It's kudos. And thank you for having me, Darshana. Right back at you.
Yes, yes, most welcome, Shalini, and thank you so much, giving more insight about Teresa, and thank you so much, for introducing to her with us. Thank you so much. It's really pleasure for us. Yes, so right now again come back to you, Teresa. Actually, whatever the Shalini spoken about you, and you spoke very well, and I get many things get to know from both of you. So my next question to you, Teresa, as like Shalini spoken, right? You are the master in multiple tasks, right? You are the city council member. We know, right? It's not an easy job as a woman. Apart from that, you are a mother of 2 beautiful kids. Apart from that, you have a great family life, and you have own business too. So how you balancing all these things together? What is the fine line you're protecting, and you're managing all these 3 tasks together? Because we know, right, as a mother and as a woman, it's not easy. If you're working outside, and if you're working in the kitchen, you are handling your own business. Sometimes it's too much for us, right? So
Of course.
please, we
Yeah.
love to listen from you, we love to learn from you. Please throw light on that part.
Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, yeah, Shanine, you're too kind. You're so nice, and I've also known you for the last couple of years, and you're very inspiring. I love seeing you perform, and just being out there as a example for your daughter, and for other women as well. And I do want to share that I so I when I after I had my kids, I actually was a stay at home, like full time stay at home mom for a few years until they're a little older, and then we opened our restaurant. And at first my husband said, "Oh, you don't need to do much. You just like you don't we'll have a manager and everything." But then being our own business, it turns out I do have to work full time there. And but honestly, I feel like being a full time mom is so like overlooked, as a job, and it's actually a huge sacrifice for the moms, because you're not, you don't, have your own income. You're relying on your husband to be the bread earner, and then sometimes you like I think especially as a in the Asian culture, we kind of you feel like you have to keep the family all together, and you have to do everything, and then you have to like listen to your in-laws and all that stuff, right? And then we're doing everything, and then a lot of times you're not taking care of yourself, right? We put ourselves last, right? And then so like I feel like being a stay-at-home mom, like it's one of the least recognized job, and but also actually I feel like it's probably a harder job than going to work, because you can actually take a lunch break. You can, like you can, yeah, and then you can take a lunch break. You can, talk to other adults instead of, like helping the kids all day. And then, when your husband gets home from work, you're still, like he feel like he's going to work, and then you still need to cook and clean up and all. It's like a 24/7 job. And then so, but then that time when the kids are at a young age, right, it's a very precious time. So if you are able to stay home, just having one income for the family, it's actually a privilege. But it's definitely a sacrifice, as a mom, because you're like you're not a wage earner, and then yeah, and then you're not like advancing in your career, right? So but if I think a lot of times moms, as the kids get a little older and you're able to like return to the job force, it's time kind of like to pursue your interests, and to so when you ask me like, oh, how I can do all these different things at a time, and then people ask me that, but a lot of times when I get home I'm so tired. But then it's like, if you're so passionate about something, right, you will make the time and energy to do it, and you're, instead of taking care of other people all the time, you're pursuing your dream, you're pursuing your interests, right? And then you're kind of investing in yourself, right? So it's definitely like being a woman, I feel like it's harder than being a mom, being a man a lot of times, and we have to wear so many hats. We have to be perfect in-law, we have like daughter, and we have to be, you have to serve your husband's family too, right?
Right.
And make sure everyone has good food to eat, clean the house, inside, all everything is our responsibility, right? So like if like all the moms out there, and or all the women, even if you're single, I feel like you need to give yourself more credit, right? And then take care of yourself, and just don't feel like you're second best.
Wow, wow, wow. Truly best, great insight and great sharing, Teresa, here. So, Teresa, after listening to you, one more question.
Okay.
I'm curious about that. Sometimes it's very difficult, or sometimes, we are never think about, uh, go in the politics. Basically, if you think about politics, we are always think,
Mm-hmm.
no, 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 we are, it's okay to stay far away from that particular field, because generally we always binding us ourselves to the different kind of like area. Okay, job, family, then absolutely fine, then my kids. But what motivates to you to being as a that Fremont Council member, or go in politics? What's reason behind that? What's your inspiration?
Okay, yeah. So actually, what's funny is I never, like growing up, or even when I was working, I never thought I would be running for public office. Or I never, like when I pick up a newspaper, I always look at like the gossip news, like fashion. Or I never look at politics, column, right? And then, but actually, when there's when we had two new positions in Fremont in 2018. And so at that time in District 1, it's a new position. We didn't have anyone representing District 1, which is North Fremont, at the city council for the 12 years before I was elected. So my husband saw, the new position. Actually, he was the one that encouraged me, to say, oh, I think you should run for this position. I was like, I never thought I would want to run. Yeah. But then I thought about it for a few months, and I thought, oh, maybe I can give it a try. Yeah. And then because, it's about serving the community, right? And then yeah, so I think, in Fremont, we have actually more than 50% of our population are Asians. And also more than 50% of our residents are not born in the United States, right? So if you guys are interested, you can definitely consider. Yeah. So anyone is qualified. You don't need to have prior experience, and you just have to have a heart to represent the community.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. It's a great insight. Thank you so much, dear.
Yeah.
So now it's again coming back to Shalini. Shalini, we love to again listen from you, dear. How you balancing, I know, Grace is very quite mature, your doll. I think she's so pretty. And apart from that, but still, I want to ask you, Shalini, here, again, being a teenager mom, it's not easy task. Sometimes we are thinking, right, our children are, growing more and our responsibility going to be finished. But no, is situation is completely opposite. So I want to understand from you, Shalini, here, how you are managing your time with your kids, with your daughter, and with your own profession and everything.
So just as Teresa mentioned, that a mom's job is a never-ending job. It's a 24/7 job. We don't get break at all, despite the fact, people see or perceive as like, oh, you're a stay-at-home mom. What all do you do, or what all you need to do? But as Teresa said, it's a never-ending job, and especially last 1 year during the pandemic, I think moms are the ones who definitely need some pampering and some love for sure, whether you have a teenager or a younger. Like, in fact, the kids who are much younger than teenager, it was hard to manage with a teenager at home. But moms with the younger kids, I am sure they definitely had one of the toughest years. So as you asked, I've been lucky, yes, thanks to my stars, that my daughter, she is a teenager, but not a typical teenager where I have issues with her. She's been very, very helpful generally, and helping around. But we do have our times when the thinking doesn't match, or she doesn't listen, this and that. But I think it's a part of the whole package. Sometimes mom they listen, sometimes mom they don't listen. And being a daughter of being a mom of a teenager, I actually have to give my full attention to her in various aspects, like whether it's emotionally, socially, or for any other reasons. So yes, definitely, it was challenging, but I think we have come around. And as I said, as a community, as we all Asians can relate to it, that because we have such strong family values amongst us. We have our grandparents, we have our parent support, we have all kinds of supports to give to our children. I think they bloom very, very gently and very, very nicely. So I try and find my balance also with the meditation, yoga, and I do try and do volunteer. And I know Teresa does a lot of volunteer work also. That's another thing, Teresa, you do, right? You do a lot of volunteer work also. So one day at it, like I think when my daughter is off to college, which is in near future, maybe in another 4 years, I think I'm gonna dedicate myself to you, Teresa, and I'll be here. And if you need me for anything and everything, I'll be more than happy to help the city as well as our community.
Oh, nice, 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 Shalini. Yes, we all are, Teresa, with you. Whenever you think like you need any help in terms of women, in terms of kids, in terms of education or entrepreneurship, because mission of this platform is basically, to more than empower to, it's, we can, what we can say, we are inspiring to women to into ours to self development, because sometimes we can see, right, the ladies have multiple skill, but sometimes they having the fear inside them. Sometimes communication fear, public speaking fear, or if they have public speaking but they don't have that much, the environment at home or some financial conditions. So basically, this mission of this platform to creating the leader in terms of woman, in terms of entrepreneur, in terms of the career oriented, the young entrepreneurs basically. And that's how we established this platform. And I think I'm so fortunate to meet both of you today, and having so much getting learn from both of you. It's really precious for me. So now again, get back to you, Shalini. If you want to ask to me or Teresa something, now stage to you, and please go ahead.
Yeah, I actually have one question for you, Teresa, first, and then I'm going to come to you, Darshana. So, Teresa, you said you are here first generation, and I'm pretty sure you have seen the huge difference between the lifestyle back home from where you come from and today. I also come from similar, backgrounds. I come from India. When I got married, I moved here. So I just wanted to ask you how difficult or how challenging was for you, because you came as a teenager. So
Yeah.
that's even more challenging for you, probably, because you have to learn the language, you have to learn the lifestyle and everything. So how difficult or how easy was it, the switch or the move for you? And in terms of even for your political career, we all know that this country is still struggling to have, women coming forward, taking public offices. We are glad that we have a VP now, but still, somewhat there is a, I think more than for women, it's more than men accepting women coming and taking the public office. So,
Yes.
I just want you to sum up kind of, how was your journey?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll be happy to share. Yeah. So actually, we didn't plan on coming. Like, we actually came as students, my sister and I, and because we had relatives visiting Taiwan that summer, and then they asked my parents, "Oh, maybe you can send your kids to study, and come here to study and stuff." And then, like so like high school and college in Taiwan is like really stressful. My sister got ulcer, that the year before. So then my parents thought, oh, maybe, we can try, come here to study. And so, but so I was 15, and so basically we were staying with relatives that first year, and then people would ask us, oh, like how you guys must miss your parents a lot, miss home and everything. But we did kind of miss home, and like and miss like Taiwan and stuff. But like my parents were fighting a lot, when at home. So we were, in a way, we were kind of relieved we're not in that environment anymore. Yeah, because so we're kind of free. Like, we're coming to here.
Right.
So it's like kind of like, land of opportunity, right? So
Right.
like right now, one of the nonprofit organization that I support is SAFE, which is helping women who are domestic violence survivors. So my mom and us actually were domestic violence survivors. So like having domestic violence at home actually affect the children a lot. So yeah, so it is a kind of a saving grace for us to come to this country. And even though we would probably be okay if we stay there, but like America is kind of like land of opportunities, right?
Right.
And then like in I know, in whether it's in India or in Taiwan, it's very stressful for children too. It's very competitive, and like the kids don't have like they're kind of like they have so much stress, going to getting a good college and all that stuff. But kids here too. But then like kids here have kind of more opportunity to be more creative, right? So they can pursue different interests. They can like they can do dances, they can do sports, and it's not just academics, right? So like America is still the land of opportunities. And so I'm like, and then when you're saying like how is it for women to be in a political office, I yeah, definitely agree that like even like we have our first female vice president, right? And then we still don't have we never had a female president, right? So there's definitely still ceilings to be broken, and
Right.
but I think it's a we're on a good trend, right? So like we're seeing some progress, right? At least we have a female vice president, and so hopefully in the future we have more people. I mean, you can see in the US Congress, it's I think the percentage is something like 80% men, 20% women, right? So there's still a lot of progress to be made, but hopefully we have yeah, women can be yeah can we can I think the first step is to know that you can do it, right? And
Yes.
then because you need to set those goals, then you can try, right? And so like you said, a lot of times we don't we don't see our own potentials, right? And then so hopefully we can encourage each other, and then go for our dreams.
Yeah, so that's one of the things I actually wanted to take from you, and I wanted to talk to the ladies who are listening or who's going to listen to the recording. That look at Teresa. It's like despite all the odds, we have women like you, and you are definitely a role model for many women here. Coming out from such a difficult background and yet coming and being in this country. So it's this country has given us opportunity to come forward and be in the office. So definitely it's not only about the public office.
Right.
Women should take charge in all walks of
Eh,
life.
right,
That is
exactly.
very important. So even for my daughter, because I have only one daughter, and I always tell her, it's like you have a dream, and whatever you wanted, it's like it doesn't have to be like just because we are in Silicon Valley, you don't have to be a computer engineer,
Right,
right?
right. Yeah,
There
yeah.
are many other
Mhm,
opportunities you want to do, and
mhm.
we'll help you and support you in whatever way we can. So thank you so much for sharing your
Of
story
course,
with
yeah.
us. And so I need to ask you, Darshana, so what
Mhm.
was your idea behind starting this platform, and what inspired you to start a global empowerment for ladies?
Yes.
We would like to know about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure, sure, Shalini. I think first of all, thanks to God. Whatever I have today, whatever we have today, we have a best life. We all of three such a fortunate. We can see, what's happening right now in the pandemic. But because of this platform or because of this idea, I think we can share the screen. We can, share our thoughts with each other. And thank you so much for asking the great question, Shalini here. And yes, I literally mesmerizing, whenever you speaking, Teresa, it's really, it's something like the unique experience for me, like somebody who is like such a down to earth lady, and sharing such a great insight today with from your family background to tell today political background. It's such a great inspiration for all of us. Thank you so much for that. So yes, coming to answer of your question, Shalini here, I think whenever yes, absolutely, this idea or this thought, it's not overnight. It's been long. It's sometimes what I can say. It's my pain. It's the burning desire. Like she said, we always need to believe on yourself. We as a woman, we need to always believe on herself. Myself. So what I thought, whenever I look at to myself, that time I always see, right, when I was a child, or when I grown up, the whatever the city, the small town in Maharashtra, in India. So I have already entrepreneur seeds in me from childhood. But in that time, somewhere or somehow, sometimes because of environment, or sometimes the good guidance, we miss couple of things, right? And at the age, after I have been working in long in the corporate industry. Then after I couple of year I was staying in Singapore, then came in the US, and I realized we have something unique, like as you spoken, Teresa, we have enough potential, and we need to use that potential, right? In the job or sitting at 9 to 6, you just get paid for whatever hour you spend there. But if you have something, enough potential, if you have to that desire to do, give to and contribute toward to society, So you need to think beyond out of box, and that's how that thoughts came in my mind. And I took the guidance one of my mentor, and he given the name of this platform, Mission Global Empowerment. And second reason, I really want to mention you here, because in terms of entrepreneurship or career guidance, people just know the two things: either they know the product or either they know the services. But they don't know, apart from that, entrepreneurship, it's a huge concept. We need to, I always have that question, why that 20% people on the earth holding 80% of wealth, right? So they have something unique, so we need to think on that part, where we are lacking, what is something, how we are not going forward, or why we are not creating our own asset. So multiple questions in my mind, and whenever I got the answer of this question, I really want to share to other people too. And yeah, that's how I thought this is the best thing in pandemic. You cannot go physically, you cannot go meet personally, but with the help of this social media, sometimes people just posting their picture and having the entertainment. But for me, I'm thinking how I can use the better way this platform, so we can contribute and serve to our community, not only women, for the youngster, those who are really looking, those who are not eligible to pay to cost of that multiple MBA university. So how they get the knowledge, right? We need to think on that part also, and that's how that thought came in my mind. And we started with imperfection action, and the people coming in the platform, they're definitely helping me to going towards to perfection. Thank you so much. With that, I'm done.
So, Teresa, I have a very quick question for you here again.
Okay.
So, what are your goals in next 5 years? What are, like, I know right now your plate is already full, so I don't know if you're looking 5 years down the line, but something like, I'm sure the day you decided that you want to hold a public office, or you want to work for the community, it's like one step towards your goal finally. So I just wanted to pick your brain here and think about it. It's like, what exactly
Sure.
your future aspirations are.
Yeah. So, it's interesting that like I've done different jobs in different industries. So I have been a realtor for maybe 5, 6 years. And then I actually had before I was a realtor, I was a sales manager at a company for 6 years. And then I actually had a acupuncture license. I studied, that's why I studied for a master degree. And I never, like my sister also studied acupuncture, and she has a acupuncture office. And but that's kind of like something that my parents wanted us to study, right? But I feel like it's not for me. But then like I kind of circle back, I always wanted to be a teacher. And then like during this pandemic, it's so apparent that our education system has so many flaws. Like our schools, you guys have your schools your kids in the schools. Our schools are always underfunded, right?
Yes.
And like being the fifth largest economy in the whole world, so why is our schools underfunded? Like we have, like we're not putting the right the resources into our schools for our children. And this is like the most important. Like our children are our future, right? So to invest in our schools is to invest in our future, in our kids. And then so I feel like our schools are not set up for success, right? And then especially during the pandemic, the people who are who have the higher, like the better paying jobs, they still have their jobs, and then they can work from home, and they stay healthy, right? But then the people who are who have to go to work, right? And then a lot of them lost their jobs, or they have to go out to work, and they're getting sick. And they, even a lot of times when they're getting sick, they still need to go to work because they're not getting paid if they don't go, right? So then the disparity, the gaps are getting wider. Yeah, so it's very unfortunate. We see that in the from the pandemic. So like I was inspired to actually I applied for a doctoral degree program in San Jose State university, and I got accepted so to study education leadership. So it's actually the same degree that uh, Mrs. Our First Lady, Mrs. Biden, Dr. Biden has. So like I'm hoping, like you were asking me, what's my kind of where I see myself in the next 5 years, right? So I'm really hoping. Well, I still have 4 more years at the city council, well, or three. I got reelected last year, but
Yes.
and my doctoral degree is for 3 years. So like I'm hoping, maybe down the line, I hope with the knowledge that I have, how the California school systems work and how it gets its funding, and I can help to get more funding for our schools and for our kids.
Nice.
Wow. So
Yeah.
so you are doing another thing. They want to
Yeah.
study also. Wow.
I don't know what I think she get done, but I think she have many things, and
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
It's like she's definitely a one woman army. I'm not even gonna say one man army. She's one woman army. It's like, and that's so inspiring to hear and see. And first of all, congratulations and
Thank
best of
you.
luck.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think this is something we have in common too. Ever since I have come to US, I have also done kind of odd jobs. I haven't had a chance to do like a 9 to 5 job. To be very honest, I always wanted to have that flexibility. I don't see myself sitting at a desk doing 9 to 5 job. So I also used to work before moving to Fremont. We were living in Milpitas, so I have worked at Milpitas Unified.
Oh wow.
So I definitely know that kids of our districts and districts around definitely need much more support than they are getting right now, for
Yeah.
sure. So
Right.
so that's what. So last year during pandemic, even I decided to get back to my studies. So I touched my books almost after 20 years.
Wow.
So right now even I'm finishing because I had my graduation from India, which is not acceptable here, so I have to kind of bridge
Get
the
someone.
undergrad. Yes. So right now I've just started the process there, and then I also see myself 3 years, 4 years down the line. How can I
oh,
support and help our community, with my education and my knowledge?
Great.
So
Yeah.
yes, so kudos to us moms.
Yay. Yeah, I think it's really important, like you going back to school. I think it really shows, like it's a great example for your, child. And like mom is working hard. We don't stop just because we, we're already older, right? We like we're still pretty young,
Yeah.
yeah, and
absolutely.
then
I
because
think
yeah, we spend a lot of time raising our kids, and then now we can do things that that are to our ability, our gifts, right? And we can contribute.
And I always tell my daughter, I said, before I get too old, I need to learn few things because I call myself technically challenged. I am not a tech because I'm not a tech savvy. So I like,
Yeah.
even when I have to submit some assignments or something, I always call my daughter. Like even today morning, I had some issue. So I called her. I was like, can you help me with this? So she's like,
Yeah.
what would you do without me? I said, that's why I
Ah.
want to learn so that if you are out,
Sweet.
I can do certain things on my own. So
Oh. Yeah,
it's
I'm sure
challenging,
you're
but
very. Yeah, I'm sure she's inspired by you.
uh,
Seeing.
I just hope so.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. It
yes.
is.
See,
Mhm.
what I'm thinking, same thing, education is a never ending process, I think, and
Right.
there is no age limit. If you see the multiple examples, either it's a scientist or politicians, you can see, the end of the today also, Bill Gates, reading the 100 pages of the book. I think it's really commendable, right? And so, whatever, if we think ourselves, we are nothing. So, absolutely true. And I completely agree with both of you. We need to, we never stop to taking education. Either you earn or either you learn. I think two things always come in the plate. Yes. So yes, and going forward, everybody's wants to listen from both of you one beautiful message on occasion of this Mother's Day. What you want to give to our audience? Go ahead, Teresa, then coming to Shalini. Yes, Teresa. One beautiful message, whatever you
Oh,
want to.
from me first?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I would say that believe in yourself, like we've been saying, and actually, I think a lot of times we compare ourselves to other people, but actually, your only competition should be yourself, like be a better self, be a better you every day, right? And just, because everyone is different, we need to discover what our calling, what our God-given talents are. And then you would really shine when you're able to, be the real you and be pursuing your passion. So don't be afraid, and don't listen to people who are giving you negative thoughts, and just be yourself, be you.
Nice, nice. Over to you, Shalini. Beautiful message. Yes, being yourself. Thank you. Go ahead, Shalini.
So I just wanted to mention, like, it's interesting that today afternoon only I was just scrolling through something on internet, and I found this Frida Kahlo's quote. She said, she doesn't paint dreams or nightmares. She paints her reality. So I think it's very, very important for us, as Teresa said, that our biggest challenge or our biggest competition should be ourselves. We all are together in this journey. Like, usually people say that we all are like together, and we're gonna reach at the same place. I think it's, we are together in our journey, but yet at the same time, we all are different ways of doing it, and different paths we are taking. So I think for all of us, for mommies, whatever we are doing, we should pat our backs ourselves, because there is no parenting in this world that I would say it's a perfect. We all are made of flaws. We all are trying our bests, and yet our children's are future of our country and the world. And if I have learned anything in last 1 year, especially with this pandemic, I have learned that I want to leave a better legacy, a better future, a better earth for my daughter, or even the coming generations. So I taught my daughter also the same thing, that coming generations, what can you pass on? If you pass on negativity, it's just gonna spread like anything. If you're gonna pass positivity, it's just gonna spread like anything. So I think for all of us, moms, just keep doing whatever you're doing, and trust me, you are the best.
Yes.
True, true, true. Both of you, I think hats off to both of you, and it's really true because see, mom don't have any holiday. No mom is perfect, but she always pour her heart to for her kids. No matter how many kids she has. 3, 2, 4, but she's equally distributed time to each and everyone. I think, and we should respect to her dignity. We should respect to her kindness, and yes, whatever we can do for our parents, we need to do, and we have to do it. Yes. And last question to both of you, now what you want to, because today I like overwhelming. I literally shut off my mouth because I just want to listen you both of you today. So I have a last question to you. What's your feeling to came today on this platform and sharing inside couple of things, lot of things, and you're sharing your own experience. What you want to say about this platform? Go one by one, and I love to listen from both of you. Yeah, go ahead, Teresa.
Okay, I can go. Yeah, so I think everyone faces different challenge, right? And so like actually so the last pandemic has been hard for everyone, and last year. And actually my husband, he had a stroke in last August. Yeah, and thankfully he recovered quite a bit. And but it's it of course the recovery process was not easy, right? But but I think everyone has different challenges, and but just don't let those challenges take you down, or bring you down. And we have to continue to move forward, because like as women, I think we're always like taking care of other people, right? And a lot of times, like actually I had injury from last year from working so much at the restaurant, and then I had like frozen shoulders, but then I didn't get treatment this whole last year until like December. And and then the doctors was like, oh, your shoulders are so bad. You know how why you just came to the doctors now, right? And then so it's like you have to take care of everyone else, before you take care of yourself. But we just need to remember, like to take care of ourselves, and because we do need to take care of ourselves before we can take care of other people, right? And then but I think I really commend you for uh, Darshana, for starting the Mission Global Empowerment. I think a lot of times we because it's like such in such a culture and just in the history, right? Like women are kind of helping or complementing the men, but a lot of times we have the ability, and then we need to put in the equal platform, right? And then we need to also tell ourselves that we can do it, right? And then so like a lot of times like we don't have, whether we don't have the confidence or we don't think we are able to reach it, right? And then with different reasons, and but we just need to remember that like we can reach any dream or any goal that we set out to.
Thank you so much, Teresa, for your kind word. And definitely, this platform, definitely creating history, and I collecting the blessing from everywhere, because see, this is not for me, this is not for particular person, this is for each and everyone, those who want to learn and go together. But thank you so much for your kind word. And over to you, Shalini. Yes, this is your
So
second time, but I always love to listen from you, Shalini. Go ahead.
So I just have one simple thing to add on to what Teresa said, is to never stop dreaming. That's my motto of life, and I think for people who are listening, whether they are children or whether they are women sitting at their home and thinking from where to start, I think the first step is to actually keep your dream alive, and then take it from there. And I'm so glad someone like you, Darshana, we are sitting like across the globe, and we are trying to help women back home, as well as even in the other parts of world. If like one person also stands and learns something from this platform, I think our purpose is
Definitely.
solved.
Yes.
And again, Teresa, I just cannot imagine with you having so many things going on at your personal life, and yet you are so actively doing so many things at the political level, as well as volunteering as like you you have just completely blown me. So when we talk about Mother's Day, we talk about like moms who are like superheroes without the cape. I think if I have to put a picture on someone doing something without a cape, a superhero, I think I would call Teresa
Oh.
a superhero for Fremont
No.
for sure. And I'm not saying because right now I'm talking to you, but I have known you personally for a couple of years now, and I have seen your work, and I know that you go out and give your completely 100%. And I think that's what is very, very commendable, and learn and something to learn from you is just put your 100% out.
Mhm.
At the same time, as you said, that doesn't mean that we should put everyone ahead of us. We are living beings too, and we have our own needs and dreams too. I think it should go parallel, it should go together. So thank you, Darshana, for creating this platform and bringing women like us forward to talk about things and matter we can, and let people learn whatever, or gain knowledge if they can get it from us. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks to both of
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, I would like to appreciate Teresa and Shalini, both of you. You have a tremendous things going on right now, but still, you took your precious time, came here, without any, what we can say, without any demand or without any, like sometimes, whenever we call people, avoiding multiple times, they think, oh, I don't have time, or couple of things going on, but just single call or single things, you came here, one invitation, you're such a down to earth. See, the one thing I learned personally in the US, and the people, that humbleness, that attitude of gratitude, because sometimes what happen, people have very good professional career, but if they don't have that, that humbleness, or that the hash, what we can say, like, humble appreciativeness. So sometimes, we are not enjoying that journey, but with you today, I think it's a lot of learning, for us. And being you a political woman, one man army, sharing your insight, it's really definitely inspiration for all of us. Because sometimes in India, people thinking just we are doing same thing, but I think if they listen you today, they will get to know, right, you are going through a lot, and still you are standing for
Yeah.
And I just want to add on a little bit here. It's like, we would want leaders like you who are like, the reason we appoint the leaders, or the reason, like in our democracy, we want leaders who are easily approachable, who are ready to listen to us. For you to come forward and just share your idea and thoughts, even your personal life, so openly, I think that's what we would want in our leaders, and that's it's going to take our democracy to new level. So I just hope we have more and more women like you. And as we mentioned at the starting of the meeting, Teresa, you have my number. I'm just call away. If you ever need help in any way, I am there. I will definitely love to help you.
Thank you.
And
Mhm.
then one
Thank
more
you so
point
much.
here.
Yeah.
If we need your help, please, we love to again and again, calling you here, share your insight. And apart from that, we really want to do something significant, out of this platform, because we really want to, having that one good bridge, between the women in Asia and women in here, or entrepreneur in Asia or entrepreneur in here. So how we can make them, the good relationship between the, in terms of finance, or in terms of anything, there is a multiple things are in there. But yes, definitely we love to take the guidance from you in that terms also. And yes, it's pleasure to having once again here. Thank you so much, Shalini, for coming here and making this call happen. And apart from that, you're helping me too, to getting this platform one more step ahead. And thank you so much to both of you once again coming here, the beautiful gorgeous ma'am. Wish you all the best. And yes, we love to stay touch with both of you and connect with you. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It
Mhm.
was really nice meeting you. And
Yeah.
happy Mother's Day to both
Wish
the
you the
moms.
Happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your weekend with your family.
You too.
same.
Thank
Wish you the
you.
same. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Take care.
Wish you the same.